Hi everyone, this is Intuitive Edge. Welcome to my channel. So I'm glad I have a channel to come to talk to you once again. Many of you are aware that many of your favorite channels are no more. We don't know if those channels will ever be back or not. Yesterday, YouTube made the decision to axe a lot of channels. Many of your favorites, I'm sure, and very unfortunate to see. And I went back and watched my month ahead video for October, and oh my gosh, just like everything in that video is what we're seeing play out. The censorship, the fake news, the trying to get ahead of the story, the absolute stranglehold, and the battle over the airwaves, all of it is just playing out this month. So I'm not going to be like that lady that says, I knew it! Because that's just not helpful. That's not useful. That's just nasty. We're not going to do that. Okay. But anyway, yeah, I was pretty devastated. I went looking for people, channel after channel. So by now, many of you are probably hopping on over to Bitchute or Parler or even Twitter if they're not gone off of there too. I'm going to probably have to be careful with what I say and my titles and whatnot. So maybe we might just have to talk about fluffy bunnies or nice warm puppies or cozy kittens or something like that for a time. I can't do that either. As much as I like animals, no, it's not really what I'm about. If you haven't found your favorite people, march on over to Parler, go to Bitchute, Brighteon. There's other channels, flavors out there. Go see if you can find your people that you've missed. And some channels had done a good job of letting people know ahead of time, hey, if I'm not around, look for me here. So I've been doing that as well, but I might as well mention it here. If you wake up and your favorite Intuitive Edge is not on YouTube anymore, you'll find me on Parler, you'll find me on Bitchute and Brighteon, and also on my blog at Intuitive Edge, and I'll leave the link in the description. I kind of had a feeling at the beginning of the month that we might see a real crackdown ahead of the election. The writing was kind of on the wall with it, but the cards did back that up too. So I was kind of bracing for it, hoping for the best, not wanting to put it out there so much. But as far as the election goes, I do think President Trump will win re-election. However, I do see that there may be some crazy stuff happening around election time. So just be a good idea to keep yourself stocked up on supplies and things just in case. And maybe I'll put out my month ahead for November. I'll try to get that out maybe a few days early. I usually try to do it on the last day of the month, but to kind of give people a heads up for what to expect with the election being on November 3rd. Give people maybe a week or so beforehand. I think I'm going to start putting my videos more on Bitchute than on this publisher's platform for now, because I'm a little concerned about being banned. Even though I'm careful and I just talk about cards and posits and what ifs and this might happen and maybe this. Still, I do touch on topics that seem to be taboo right now. And I don't want to stop doing that because that's who I am. That's what I talk about. That's what I like to talk about. That's what's interesting to me. But I don't want to get banned off of this platform, this channel either. I don't want to be removed from YouTube. I'd rather not. My main reason for starting this channel was because in 2016, I went looking for intuitives, tarot readers, psychics, whatever. I went looking for somebody that was pretty accurate or pretty good about the election. I wanted to know kind of what was being touted out there. And I came across channel after channel after channel of psychics that said that Hillary would win. And when she didn't win, and when I kind of picked up that she wouldn't win, although I was in all fairness, in all honesty, I actually didn't want to look at the cards in 16 because I was terrified it was going to tell me that Hillary would win, and I didn't want to see that. But anyway, I really wanted to connect with people who I felt were pretty accurate, and I really didn't find very many. There were so many that said, oh, Hillary's going to win. She's going to win 2 terms, and it's just going to be wonderful. And I thought, okay, I really want to find somebody who just tells the truth. That's all I want. It's just the truth. So that's when I decided I thought, why not? I'll just do my own channel. If they can do a channel, I can do a channel. So in 17, I've been at this now going on 3 years. And so I really want to keep my channel heading into the election because I want to be there for people that are like me that just want to see what do the cards say. And yes, I lean a certain direction politically, but I try to keep what the cards say, even if it goes against or goes differently than what I personally want or think. I try to be objective. But this election is so important that we need alternative voices. And that's the other thing that I saw in 16 was that we had all these voices on the one side and not very many on the other side. And I thought, I want to be that one voice in the wilderness. I want to be that one that stands out a little differently, maybe, that doesn't go along with what everyone else is saying, that goes against the grain. I don't mind doing that. I'm a pretty peaceful, nice person generally. But sometimes I can be a rebel too. And that's kind of what I like to do. I just kind of float my own boat. I go my own way. I'm my own person. And I really don't like to follow the crowd anyway, even if the crowd is going someplace fun. Maybe it's because, anyway, I'm an introvert, but I'm a leader too. I'm really kind of a mixed bag, a dichotomy of sorts. So anyway, anyway, enough about me. It's about what I want to create. And I want to create a space that sees what the truth is regarding the upcoming election. Now, just to throw a really strange little monkey wrench in this point I want to make here. I know I'm rambling, just hang with me for a second. When all those people were getting it wrong about Hillary winning, and for a while, for about a year or two, I thought, oh man, how did all these psychics get it wrong? How did all these readers and seers get that election wrong? How did that happen? And it came to me one day, I thought, you know what? Maybe they didn't get it wrong. Maybe they were seeing, maybe there's a divergent path of, they talk about in quantum physics of the multiple timelines and the multiple futures. And maybe this group of psychics were reading off of one timeline that saw, Hillary was going to win the election. And maybe maybe their energy of what they wanted subconsciously was pulling them into seeing down that road and seeing that timeline. Something to think about. I don't know if that's the case or not. Quantum physics is still something people are exploring and looking at. But I wonder if parallel universe theory could have been a factor in all of those people so-called getting it wrong. Maybe they just saw an alternate future. So that could be. All right, enough said here. I will leave you with puppies and kittens and hope that you have a blessed evening and stay safe out there. Lay low, support your favorite channels, and find them elsewhere if they're not here anymore. All right, everybody, take care. Bye for now. The major focus for October will be around communication, communicating a message, telling the truth, getting the story right, people being able to speak. It's all about communication. It's all going to be centered here, the throat chakra, the essence of being able to speak and speak freely. That's going to be huge in October because I think there's going to be a push, an effort to silence voices in October. I do think there could be possible messages coming out in October of things that are false, that are widely spread, and the efforts of people to dissent or to speak the truth or to try to correct that false message are going to be met with roadblocks of all kinds. It's like pulling out the stops. It's like we're going to lie to you. The bad guys are going to lie to you, and we're going to block anybody from correcting that lie. I think October is going to be very vast in terms of political silencing of dissenters and stealing the narrative and preventing anyone from correcting the negative narrative and speaking the truth. To know this card, the imagery and the messages that come to me with this is these vines coming up around that sword. You can think of the sword as the sword of truth, but that vine coming up and trying to steal that sword away or to yank it out from the air, and it's all about the airwaves. Swords are about the air. They're the air sign in tarot. This is all about the airwaves, communication, what we speak, what we're saying. So there's a real push coming up in the next several weeks that is going to be probably unlike we've seen in terms of censorship and pulling out all the stops to speak a narrative and prevent anyone else from countering it.